Hello and welcome to Box Office Receipts for the week of June 15th, 2020. I'm your host, Tyler Callahan, and first off, sorry about taking a week off last week. I had some training to do, and a lot of news did not happen until later in the week, so I held off on producing an episode. But now we have a bit to cover, a lot of changes are happening to the schedule, so let's get to it. Alright, so first up is the big one. Got moved back. Warner Brothers is pushing back Tenet 2 weeks, now opening July 31st. In its place, Warner Brothers will be releasing Inception back into theaters for its 10-year anniversary. Yeah, it does not feel like it's been 10 years already, but it has been. Along with Inception, Warner Brothers will be adding footage from Tenet and other upcoming Warner Brothers films in a preview attached to it, to entice people to come in. This has caused a chain reaction of movies being pushed back. For Warner Brothers, this means Wonder Woman 1984 gets pushed back another 2 months from August to October 2nd. Godzilla vs. Kong finally gets pushed back from its November spot to now becoming a summer movie, releasing May 21st of next year. This in turn pushes back Matrix 4 almost a year, moving from next May to April 1st, 2022. Also, Tom and Jerry moves from its holiday release to March of next year. Before I get into other changes, let's talk about Warner Brothers. I think this is a smart move overall. While things were looking good, there have been noticeable spikes in a few states, and before the spikes were fine because testing was increasing, so more positive cases was fine, but these spikes now are breaking past the increase in testing, so while not an issue now, it is a warning. More cases is fine for now, it is expected, but if these turns into hospitalizations, then states will have to shut down again, which would push everything back. People, please wear your masks. With Warner Brothers making short and long-term moves, other studios have reacted. The Russell Crowe movie Unhinged, which was supposed to open July 1st, will now open July 10th, still being the first new movie to open in theaters. STX will be releasing their movie Greenland starring Gerard Butler on August 14th, which was Wonder Woman's previous date. Disney also made some moves with the one and only Ivan being pulled from its theatrical release and will be going to Disney Plus instead. It'll be going there on August 21st, in keeping with one big new release for the streaming service per month. We got Artemis Fowl this month, Hamilton July, and now the one and only Ivan for August. Peter Jackson's documentary The Beatles Get Back got pushed back almost an entire year from this September to August 27th, 2021. And finally, the personal history of David Copperfield will be going into a limited release on August 14th. This one is from the Fox Searchlight side of the studio. As of this recording, Disney has not moved Mulan, so in terms of new movies in July, it will now be Unhinged, Mulan, and then Tenet. We'll see if that sticks. For theaters reopening, Marcus has announced some details on the matter. The fourth largest chain in America will be opening June 19th. For content, they will be showing older movies, the highlight being the Harry Potter movies, and movies that were still running when everything closed. This includes Sonic, Bad Boys for Life, and The Invisible Man. As for precautions, the theaters will have hand sanitizer in multiple areas, increased frequency of cleaning, and checkerboard seating. There will also be starting with reduced hours, opening late morning and closing early evening. Most of this sounds alright, but nothing stands out as, oh wow, they're really going the extra step. For face masks right now, they're only encouraging people to wear them, which is frankly not good enough. Going to China as theaters wait for the green light to reopen, theaters in Beijing have been told to stand down. There have been a few new reported cases in the capital, which has caused the city to enact safety measures. This includes halting the preparations of reopening. Right now, this does not signify if theaters in other cities will have to wait, but realistically it probably does, at least until China knows this small outbreak has not spread anymore. For theater owners in China, they are basically the passengers on a plane that has been circling an airport waiting to land. Like, they have been trying to get ready to go for the past 2 months, and they have not gotten the green light yet from the government to do so. The Academy is making some changes to the Best Picture category, starting with the 94th Academy Awards in 2022. There will be a lock 10 films for Best Picture. Instead of fluctuating, I love this, because I always found it a bit bullshit, that depending on the voting, it could go up to 10, and because of that, there was always some noticeable movies that did not at least get a nomination, like Uncut Gems. This also helps with their diversity of movies they can vote on, which would also be good. Alright, we are on to VOD Premium, and let's talk about some new release dates. Amazon will be releasing the STX movie My Spy on June 26th. The movie has been moved around a lot. I believe it was supposed to come out late summer last year and got pulled right before release and set to come this spring, which did not happen due to the pandemic. But what's funny is that earlier this year it was released in some other countries like Australia, so there are people who have seen the movie properly in theaters. I assume this will be a $20 buy and not included in Amazon's movies to watch that are included with Prime. The next movie getting a release date is Greyhound, the Tom Hanks movie that is now with Apple TV Plus, will be released on the streaming service on July 10th. So yeah, I was right about this one. For me, it seemed like early mid-July is a good time to release this because theaters would just be getting back to normal and you want to have new content to keep people interested. With Apple TV Plus finishing up their Finding Jacob series recently, they needed something fresh and this is it. Also, you don't spend $70 million on a movie and then sit on it. Apple needs to make people want to renew TV Plus because for that 1 year free deal, when you buy a new Apple device, those start to end in September because it launched with the iPhone 11. So if you keep people interested, they may keep the service. And that will be it for this week's episode of Box Office Receipts. Thank you for listening, and as always, you can let me know what you thought about the episode on the Facebook page. Link will be in the show notes. See you next week.